Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. We have an awesome class using the circle or ring, whatever you like to call it. It'll be focusing largely on stretching and some posture. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start lying on our back. The circle is a great tool. Often it's used to make things a little bit more intense for our muscles, but it's also a really good tool to use for stretching. So we're going to start off with our left leg lengthened out long and our right leg in the circle. And we're going to bring those fingertips towards us and just use that circle to aid in your stretch. So really exhale into the movements here. And you can just use that extra little bit of leverage you've got to move that leg around. Try to relax through your breath and through the rest of your body. And as you exhale, just really pulling that leg a little bit deeper into that stretch. If you find a spot that's a little bit stickier, just see if you can spend a little bit longer here. And if it helps, you can bend into that knee and then exhale into that stretch. Let's take a nice 2 more breaths here. We're going to bring that leg straight up in front of us. Let's bring both hands into the circle. We're going to come into a shoulder stretch. So lower that leg down towards the mat, and you'll feel that will pull your shoulders and your head off the mat. So we still have our lumbar spine pressed into the mat. We're going to tuck the chin towards the chest and push our foot into the circle a little bit harder, just to make the space between our shoulder blades get a little bit deeper. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Little challenge, we're going to try and come up onto our tailbone. So we're going to coordinate squeezing through the core, hugging the elbows into our ribs and pressing our foot into the circle to roll up onto our tailbone. Let's relax the shoulders down, lengthen through the spine. We're going to take 2 breaths here. See if you can relax the shoulders a little bit further, hug that leg a little bit closer towards the chest. Now let's try the reverse. So we're going to feel as though someone's poking you in the belly button. We're going to C-shape through the spine and we're rolling down. Try to control that roll down 1 vertebrae at a time all the way back down to the mat, finishing off with our little stretch at the end. And let's come to the other side. So threading that left foot into the circle. Let's hug that leg closer towards the body. A couple of breaths here. And again, we're just working through that stretch, finding any sore spots. Exhaling into that pose. We have 2 more breaths here, whatever you want to do. Stretching in to the back of the leg. 1 more breath. Let's come back to the center and we're going to lower that leg down on the diagonal. Allow that to peel the shoulders and the chest off the mat. We're going to press our foot into the circle, let the shoulder blades come apart, chin towards the chest. Take another breath here. And let's come into our balance hold. So we're going to press our foot into the circle, squeeze through the core, hug the elbows into our ribs, and we're lengthening through the spine. Let's relax the shoulders down, pull that leg a little bit closer. We have 1 more breath here. Nice, let's try a control roll down. So feel as though someone's poking you in the belly button. We're C-shaping through the spine and we're rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time all the way back to the mat. And let's hug that leg a little bit closer. Well done. Let's try a little challenge of both legs together. So both feet are into the circle. We're going to lower the circle down, come into our stretch to start off with. So we're just resting on that lumbar spine. Shoulder blades are pulling apart, chin towards the chest. Press the feet into the circle. Enjoy this stretch. Now let's try coming up onto our tailbone. So again, coordinating, press the feet into the circle, hug the elbows into the ribs, and we're squeezing through the core. Relax the shoulders down, lengthen through the spine. Let's try and hug those legs a little bit closer. A little bit of coordination here. Don't worry if you can't quite get it. Practicing will make it a lot easier. 2 more breaths here. Let's try and relax, lengthen through the spine, hold our balance, squeezing through the waist. And let's control that roll down. So we're C-shaping through the spine. Use the feet to counterbalance us. Rolling down 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way, finishing into our nice stretch. Beautiful. Let's take those feet out and give them a little bit of a shake. Beautiful. Just to get that core working, let's come into a set of ab curls, and we're going to use that circle. Now if it gets too much for the chest with the circle, just take it nice and easy. Take the circle out, and you can bring your hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide. So circle straight up towards the ceiling. We're driving our shoulder blades into the mat, squeezing through the core, opening through the chest. Deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we are curling up, trying to tap that circle as high as we can on those knees. And inhale, we're coming back down. Let's go for 8, 7, 6. If you want it a little bit more, see if you can add a bit of a squeeze on that circle as you curl up. And then you can release that tension as you come down. We've got 3 more here. 2. We're going to hold up on this last one, and we are pulsing. Try to tap those knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, and release. Let's give those arms a bit of a roll. Beautiful. One more set here. We're going to come with the circle in between our knees. So really working through those inner thighs. So circles between those knees, hands behind the head. Elbows are nice and wide, and let's relax the head into the hands. And you can just let those knees go out to the side. Deep inhale through that nose again. Exhale, we are curling up. Chest comes towards the thighs as we squeeze that circle as hard as we can. Inhale, we're releasing down. Release the circle. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We have 2 more. We're going to hold up on this last one. Now try and keep that pressure on the circle. We're going to pulse the chest for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Holding up on this last one. Let's pulse those knees for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Can we hold on this last squeeze? We're going to take an inhale. As we exhale, try and pulse the chest higher, squeeze the knees. We have 1 more. Exhale, pulse the chest, squeeze the knees. Try and touch the knees together, and we're releasing down. Have a rest. Take a breath. Beautiful. Alrighty, grabbing onto that circle. Circles coming back in between our palms, relaxing through the shoulders, and we're going to come through our pelvic curl position. Again, the circle's just going to add a little bit extra for our chest and also for our triceps. I'll just fix my microphone there. If it's too much with the circle, you can always put it to the side and just focus on the pelvic curl and our glutes. So deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're tucking the pelvis under, rolling up, lifting the hips 1 vertebrae at a time. Take an inhale at the top, and exhale, we are melting down 1 vertebrae at a time back to that nice neutral spine position. Let's try 3 more like that, really focusing on that roll through the spine, and then slow roll back down. Let's go for 2 more. And 1 more, we are holding up. Nice. Now we're going to drop the tailbone straight down to the mat and pick our hips straight up. As we drop the tailbone, we're going to bend the elbows, try and bring the edge of the circle over our head, squeezing the circle. You'll feel that in your triceps. As we lift the tailbone up and our hips are lifted, we're going to lengthen those arms up towards the ceiling. Let's go for 16, 15, 14. Focusing here on that rib to hip connection. So we're nice and tight through the core. We're squeezing through the glutes, and we have the tension through the arms. We have 8 more here. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 more. We're going to hold up on this last one. If you want, just hold a bit of pressure in that circle. We're going to pulse the hips just down an inch, up an inch. Let's go for 16. Squeezing through the glutes. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to hold our hips up on this last one, squeezing through the glutes nice and strong through the core, bending the elbows, and we're pulsing just up and down an inch in that last part of that tricep curl. Nice. 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 more here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Last one, we're going to lengthen those fingers up towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhale, and then exhale, we're melting down one vertebrae at a time all the way back to our neutral position. And let's just extend ourselves out long, reaching those arms overhead, legs out long. Let's come into our roll up using the circle. So deep inhale through the nose. As we exhale, we're going to bring that circle over our body, curl up, coming up to sitting. Inhale, we're going to reach as far forward as we can. If you want, you can flex your feet here for a bit more of that stretch down the back of the legs. Exhale, we're going to control the roll down. So one vertebrae at a time, all the way back to the mat. Inhale, arms come overhead. Let's go for 3 more. Try to keep this nice and smooth and controlled. 2 more. 1 more. And we're going to hold it up here. Let's thread the circle just over our feet. Hug the elbows into our ribs. Try and lengthen through the spine and fold yourself forward like a book. Try to relax that head right at the end. And release. Coming up to sitting. Just put the circle to the side for a minute. Just take a nice little stretch through those shoulders, releasing any tension. Let's reverse that circle. And we'll take a big reach over to the side. You can do little pulses here. Try to press that opposite knee away from you. And let's come over to the other side. Little pulses here. Nice stretch. I've lost my microphone. If you give me just a minute. Beautiful, well done. Let's come onto our front now. So we're going to lie on our tummy. And we'll start off with just a nice stretch. So hugging those hands just underneath our shoulders. Elbows are hugged into our ribs. Exhale, just lengthening through the spine. Lengthening through that torso. Roll the shoulders down. And you can just turn your head side to side. Release any tension you might be holding here. And you can open the hip up. And the other hip. And come all the way back down. Alright, this one's a beautiful one for our posture. So we're going to bring the circle behind us. So it's sort of just circling around your butt, and the 2 squishy bits are on either side. We're going to press our palms into their squishy bits. Now we're just going to relax our forehead down to the mat. At any point if this gets too much, bring that forehead back to the mat rather than hovering it off. Making sure that if we are hovering our chest off, our eye gaze stays down towards our mat. We're not looking in front of us and breaking that line through our neck. So as we exhale, we're going to roll our chest off the mat, looking down towards the ground, and we're going to pulse our arms up and down. So you can try and pull that circle apart, and that will just give you the flexibility through those shoulders to pulse the circle up and down for 16. 15, try to keep that chest off the mat, hovering, lengthening through the spine. Let's have some tension through the back of the legs, through the glutes, through the toes. We have 6 more here. 4, 3. We're going to hold up on this last one. Now imagine you're squeezing the circle between your palms and releasing. Now you're not going to get much of a squeeze. You're going to feel this burning through those triceps. Let's go for 16, 15, 14. So you can barely move it, but this is burning my triceps. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Almost there. Last one, we're going to hold the tension on the circle. Now try and feel like you're touching the back of the circle to the back wall. So pressing back now. As you lift your chest, we're squeezing, pressing the circle behind us. 6, 7, 8. We've got 8 more here. We are almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3. We're going to hold it here in our last one. Now we're going to try and combine those 3 movements. So it's a press up, a squeeze, and a press back. Let's see how we go. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to press up, squeeze, and back. 1 more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Up, squeeze, back. Final breath. Holding here. Squeezing as hard as you can. And release. Whew, that one looks like so much more. So that one looks like so much less than it actually is. That really gets you through your arms. Taking the circle away. And let's finish. Just coming to sitting with a little stretch for our arms. So just lengthening one arm over to the other side of our body. exhaling into this pose. This is my first class back after being off with the flu, so I am so pumped, but also very puffed. So thank you for bearing with me and putting up with my nasally voice today. Coming into our tricep stretch, stretching through those shoulders. And let's come to the other side. And release. And just to finish, dropping that chin towards the chest. And you can roll that head to one side and to the other side. Taking a few grounding breaths here, slowing that breathing down. And release. Awesome job today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you for the next video.